Imagine being punished on a Saturday and somehow turning it into the greatest business deal of your childhood. Aunt Polly was searching the house like a storm with an apron. Tom, no answer. Thomas Sawyer, still nothing. She already knew the truth. Somewhere in that house was a missing jar of jam and a guilty boy with sticky fingers. Just as she reached behind the door, Tom slipped past her like a shadow and escaped out the yard. Aunt Polly sighed. She loved that boy too much to stay angry for long, even though she knew, deep in her bones, that Tom was definitely planning to skip school that afternoon. And she was right! That day, Tom picked a fight with a boy from St. Louis, came home covered in dirt, pride, and bruises, and earned himself the worst punishment imaginable. No freedom on Saturday. Instead, Tom had to whitewash the fence. Saturday morning arrived like a funeral. Tom stood there with a brush in his hand, staring at the endless wooden fence while the sound of laughter drifted from the town square. His friends were playing. He was painting. This was rock bottom. Jim walked by, and Tom tried to bribe him with a marble. Aunt Polly shut that down instantly. Then Tom saw something worse. A friend was coming. Desperation sparked genius. Tom dipped the brush, smiled, and began painting like an artist possessed. When the boy asked why he was working on a Saturday, Tom looked offended. Work? This wasn't work. This was art. Soon the boy begged for a turn and paid Tom with an apple. Another boy arrived, then another. Each one handed over treasures just to paint the fence. By noon, the fence was spotless. And Tom was rich. Having mastered capitalism at age 12, Tom strutted off and spotted a pretty new girl moving into the neighborhood. Her name was Becky Thatcher. Naturally, Tom did what any respectable boy would do. He showed off. She ignored him. He showed off harder. She ignored him professionally. Tom fell in love instantly. Sunday arrived, bringing church, boredom, and punishment disguised as morality. Monday followed, and Tom tried every excuse imaginable to avoid school, including sudden illness, death, and possible amputation. None worked. On the way, he met Huck Finn, barefoot, carefree, and allergic to civilization. Huck never went to school, never bathed, and was admired by every boy in town. That night, Huck invited Tom to the cemetery to bury a dead cat. As one does, at midnight, among the graves, they witnessed something horrifying. Injun Joe murdered Dr. Robinson and framed Muff Potter. The boys fled, swearing a blood oath of silence. Fear followed Tom everywhere. School was dismissed. The town buzzed. Muff Potter was arrested, and Tom carried the weight of knowing the truth. To escape their guilt and fear, Tom, Huck, and Joe Harper ran away to become pirates. On Jackson's Island, they fished, swam, smoked, and lived like kings until they realized the town believed they had drowned. Their own funeral was held, and right at the saddest moment, the dead boys walked in. The town erupted. Later, when Muff Potter stood trial, Tom couldn't live with the lie anymore. He stood up and told the truth. Injun Joe escaped through a window, and Tom became both a hero and a target. The danger wasn't over. In an abandoned house, Tom and Huck overheard Injun Joe planning revenge and discovered buried treasure. They followed the clues all the way to McDougal's cave. Then Becky Thatcher disappeared inside it. So did Tom. Lost underground for days, starving and terrified, Tom spotted Injun Joe in the darkness. But Tom found a way out. Becky was saved. The cave was sealed. Injun Joe died, trapped inside. Later, Tom and Huck returned and found the treasure. $12,000 in gold. They were rich. Huck was adopted. Tom became a legend. And childhood, with all its danger, laughter, fear, and wonder, came to a close. Because growing up isn't about behaving. It's about learning when to be brave.